As I was landing, I started thinking about how I was going to answer people when they asked me that question, how was your trip? I mean, it's different than when you go on usual trips. This was deeper. Saying it was great just doesn't seem to capture it. Ethiopia was an experience, one that changed me. Something happened there, and it's just not that easy to describe. I mean, how do you describe the contrast of a place this destitute that is also this incredibly beautiful? Ethiopia is a place where, against all odds, joy still triumphs over circumstances, and provision still comes in the midst of need. And the people who serve with unspeakable faith in the midst of the greatest uncertainty to bring hope to the most vulnerable. There was this one amazing lady, Hannah, who had nothing, and yet she gave everything and now cares for 200 orphans. And I met this lady, Tulane. She collapsed in our arms when we told her that we were going to bring bedding and find sponsors for her children that were in her care. She didn't collapse because of the mattresses. She collapsed because God had answered her prayers. And it's not just the adults that we met. We were inspired as little children, like this little boy who I met had the most infectious smile. You never had guessed, based on his smile, that I had met him on the side of the road when he appeared out of nowhere to pick up a crumb of my cookie off the ground. It felt so good to give him the rest of that cookie and watch him just devour it. Oh, and there's this little girl whose story of suffering before coming to Fakatu's orphanage just brought him to tears. I was amazed to learn that little girl he was crying over was the one I noticed on my way in because of her incredible smile. These people changed me. I don't even know if I can have the words to share with you what it's like to have an orphan pray for you. But Sammy did that for 5 minutes, bringing me and 12 others to tears. I mean, this child had nothing, and yet he was praying for us. Or how I felt when I learned that 8-year-old little girl that was giggling and hanging upside down from my waist is HIV positive. And what it was like to play with and just love on her. Because there is nothing better than getting clobbered with sticky kisses and hugs and I love yous and broken English. Or the way it feels to tell an orphan I love you and mean it. Or what it's like to receive a love note from an orphan, or a necklace off their neck, or a rose, without them wanting anything in return. Because they're happy just knowing that they have given you something. Or what it's like to feel God smile just because he's glad you came. You see, unlike other trips, I went to Africa to leave something there, not for what I could take away. But that's not what happened. And that's when I realized how I can answer that question. You see, I hope I left Africa a better place than when I found it. But I know Africa left me a better person. I was inspired by those people I came to serve. And I was loved on by the people I came to love. And I was changed by the place I came to change. So if you ask me that question, how was my trip? I guess I'll start with 3 simple words.
I said love.